Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to Thunder. Welcome to this iteration of the times. It's crazy out there. Yeah. Super intense. Momenteo, Great Spirit, Donkashila, all that is good, all that is sacred, all that is love, our highest true purpose and selves. Thank you for being here. I ask to be a clear channel for the divine work of the collective, that we may work toward our collective liberation, that we may work toward our collective healing, that we may work toward justice, be in justice, and be in peace in the justice we seek. Great Spirit, I ask for us to work on ourselves. I ask for us to be cleansed of all the filth, of all the non-belonging of other people's minds, intentions, doings to us. I ask that our bodies be cleansed and cleared of any imprints of any wrongdoing. Great Spirit, thank you for these bodies, these messengers. I ask that we are able, that we can hold space for what we need to receive, whether that be food, money, shelter. Great Spirit, I ask that we can hold space to receive love from people. Great Spirit, I ask that any huchas, any energies, any entities, any imprints of anything beyond and outside of our truest, purest selves, our highest purpose, be gone now. I ask to be a hollow bone. Okay, get right to the reading. It's intense times. I'm annoyed with it all. But, you know, it's a privilege to be annoyed with shit. There are people in other countries who can't speak at all. There are people in this country whose lives are taken for no reason at all. So the fact that I'm a little pissed off is a privilege, and I honor that. And I honor wherever y'all are at, whatever state you're in, however it feels, that we may all work toward using our gifts, using our privileges to heal ourselves and the world. So go ahead and ask for what you need. Ask for what you're seeking. Ask for the clarity you need for your own self-healing. And the cards will offer as they do. Senserere, 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 estar aquí donde quiero estar, junto a ti. Senserere, senserere, Should I cut the deck, y'all? Should I cut the deck? Tell me when to stop. Somebody. Tell me when to stop shuffling. Tell me when to stop shuffling. I'm reading the things. Ooh. Tell me when to stop shuffling. Hello, beautiful sisters. Hello, lovely followers. Thank you for holding space. Stop. Okay. Zincala. I don't know how to say your name, but it's a beautiful name, and I hope one day to hear it. You can send me a voice message just so I can honor your name, sister. Okay, stop. Should I cut the deck? First person. Hi, prima. First person on cutting. Okay, I'm stopped. Should I cut it? 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 Cut. Thank you, Diana. Orale. Okay, this is my good old faithful deck. Ooh, and then one came out already. Temperance. All right. So, I'm going to start with Temperance. Temperance is all about being tempered, right? And she's usually pouring one cup into the other. This is the alchemy, and this is the alchemy of the self. To me right now, it really speaks to passing our time well. Times are crazy, times are trippy, right? Everything is going to fuck, going to shit. I'm sorry, I curse a lot. I was raised that way, whatever. Take it or leave it. Así soy. Temperance is about honoring the process, and specifically what's coming through is what are you doing to pass your time? I found myself a lot Instagramming to pass my time, especially when my son's asleep or when I'm breastfeeding. And then I stop myself and I'm like, I could be looking at this gorgeous little human that I made in my belly and watching him grow and connecting with him. With this card and the pouring in, another thing's come up is that I have been making a lot of tepache, and I just made a curtido as per Panquetzani's Matriz y Concha class, which is food medicine, right? And I can put on food while I shower. This is like about stacking functions so that we can, I don't want to say be productive because that's very colonial, capitalist, patriarchy stuff, but that we can fill our space with something meaningful to us, that gives us a place of surrender, a place of purpose, a place of yes on the small level that we can attain, especially if you're a mother or a parent that needs to be with children and can't be on the front lines. And there are a lot of you out there as well that there's something very specific that you're here to do, and it doesn't look like the buzz thing to do. So what is it? And this is something that comes up a lot in my work as a doctor, as somebody who helps people heal. What is it that inspires you? What is it that makes you, that gives you a yes inside? Because according to Chinese medicine and Mexica medicine and indigenous cosmological view, when our spirits are sick, when our spirits are off, when we are not in alignment with our divine highest purpose and truth, that's when we get all fucked up. That's when we get really sick. That's when shit builds up that leads to stuff like heart disease, etc. That's why BIPOC are disproportionately affected by health concerns in this country, because we were all displaced from our own bodies, from our own selves, to be workers for the American dream, the status quo, which to people and ancestors of the genocided upon and the formerly enslaved, this isn't the American dream. This has been the American nightmare, right? And there are a lot of variants, a lot of gradients of that. There's a lot of different privileges. There's a lot of different experiences. There's such a nuanced understanding of who you are and what your identity is, that we have to hold space for all of those things. So when you bring it out from the macrocosm, as in the entire society and what's all fucked up about it, and we bring it here to our one little fire, to our fire, what can we do that is a yes for us to pass the time, to bring us to the time when it's time, if that makes sense? Okay, so temperance is about being temperate, as in non-judgmental, as in holding space for everything that is, instead of going off your knocker, which is a whole other health related concern, right? Like there are hormonal things, imbalances, there are physiological imbalances, there are mental chemical imbalances that have been caused by colonial violence over the course of a long period of time, including your day job. And that's a lot to talk about, but if you start following me and if you're following other people who talk about decolonizing and who are in the practice of it, I do it from a healing lens. So all of our emotions, all of our imbalances are literally from ancestral trauma and everyday trauma based on our ancestry, if that makes sense. But what we can do about it right here, right now, is starting with number one. And when we heal our own relationship to ourselves first and then to the world, we are expanding that healing out, if that makes sense. So this temperance right now looks like for me making my food medicines, looks like for me spending time looking at my child while he breastfeeds, looks like for me, I just changed the cobija on my couch today, which made me really happy. The little things make the inner peace, and the inner peace moves outward. All right? Órale pues. So this goes in alignment with that. This is the High Priestess card. Okay? High Priestess card comes up a lot in our readings. It's because it's a time for us to be doing the inner alchemy as well. So this one is the external alchemy, making your house right, doing the little things, picking. For me, I need to go outside and harvest my mallow to do a vaginal steam with it, and there's all kinds of other things about that I won't necessarily share, but mallow is one of the weed herbs that are super duper wonderful for us. And my comadre Asia today brought me a linden infusion, which she says the mallow of Europe, and she's alchemizing that. Linden has been coming up a lot. It's time. Get your linden infusion on, everyone. Get your comadres who can make it for you. This High Priestess is the inner alchemist. Okay, before the High Priestess was Temperance. Hi, Yuda. I love you. I miss you. Thank you for your work. Give Justice a big kiss on his right here. That's where he wants it for me. Okay, tell him I love him too. This is Temperance. This was before. Okay, so Temperance is about your external alchemy. The High Priestess is about your internal alchemy. So this is about the self-study that we need for self-mastery. Okay, and when I say self-study, I mean specifically not in your books, even though she's in a book right here, and she's holding a key, and she's in her candles, 2 candles. This is the duality. This is looking at your own darkness. This book is the book of her, okay? High Priestess energy is quiet energy. High Priestess energy is observant energy. High Priestess energy is I don't give a fuck about you and your problems energy. And I don't mean that in a way that is dismissive or ignorant of what we're all dealing with collectively. What I mean is that in order to hold space for the healing of the collective chaos, we must be present in the healing of our own interpersonal chaos so we don't add our chaos to the collective chaos. Conversely, our inner peace, just like this card, will add to the collective inner peace, if that makes sense. Okay, so the High Priestess is a 2 card. This is duality. This isn't about just being like, oh, I really love the way I'm healing my womb space. This is about like, oh man, I fucked that one guy that one time and he was demonic or something. You know what I mean? Not to cast people as demons. One of my teacher friends just taught me that demon comes from the word daemon, which actually means like an angel. I think that's what she said. But demons are just the animated parts of us that don't fit into the Christian, Judo, patriarchal point of view. All right. So that's that. Like, we choose who we fuck with, and we choose what we don't want anymore in our bodies. My maestra comadre Panquetzani, the first time she worked on me, she's like, there's a little owl right here by your cervix. I'm like, oh, that's my grandma. which is be like, she's like, okay, your grandma doesn't belong in your vagina. I'm like, that's true. But it wasn't like weird, I don't even know how to say this. It wasn't like sexual misconduct presence. It was that grandmother figure being like, close your legs, be a lady, right? I've talked to birth workers who at times need to get the mother out of the room because the mother being having a patriarchal worldview about sex, etc., can cause the birthing person to feel shame around the vagina, right? So this is, again, colonial violence going way back. My point is, just like we have to look at and respond in a positive way to our healing and the parts of us we love, we have to look at and hold space for the parts of us that we don't love, the parts of us that made mistakes, the parts of us that really fucked up, the parts of us who are assholes to the people we love. And we have to give that person in us some space too. Hold some space for the dick in you. There's so much language that is sexist, and I'm doing my best, y'all. Hold space for the person in you that you are kind of ashamed of, in order to move through that shame and throw it out. So this is the inner alchemy, okay? The inner alchemy is recognizing all the different parts of you, recognizing the fighter in you, and the lover in you, and the tender in you, and the vulnerable in you, and the killer in you, and alchemizing it on the inside so that it doesn't blow up on the outside in a way that is harmful to you and others. The inner work is nigh right now, y'all. Okay, next one, 3 of Pentacles. This is upside down. Or was upside down. 3s are about the dance. 3s are about planting. This card reminds me of, I think it is the 3 in the I Ching, which is called sprouting, but it's also called difficulty. Sprouting, it is the difficulty of sprouting, okay? When you plant a seed, it goes deep in, and the seed actually has to break. It has to destroy itself out of its shell and push the hardest anything's ever pushed to get up into the sun. Okay, so this is to recognize that when we feel like we're in the dark, when we feel like shit is hard, when we feel like our outer shell is being crushed, when we feel like we're being suffocated, it's right before I love the word in Spanish, se brota, like the breaking of the seed to pop up into the atmosphere through the earth. Okay, it's a painful becoming, but it is a becoming. So this is a reminder. Dancing monkey demons. Y'all are funny. This is a reminder to us that before we can reach the light, there is a painful process of unbecoming we must transmute. Does that make sense? I hope so. So this was upside down. So this is like, y'all, let yourself be in this place of I don't know. Let yourself be in the place of I don't know right now. It's a necessary place for us to move toward the yes. And then the final card is the King of Wands. So wands are all about inspiration. Wands are all about the torches, what you send your light to, what you give your energy to. And clearly this king is moving forward. Okay, surrounded by a lot of foliage, a lot of flowers, very purposeful and knowing. So this is saying that until we have to find our place of alchemy in our environments, we have to find our temperance, we have to find our non-judgment and our being in our place, and we have to do that on the inner place too, and realize that it's not going to be easy. It's hard to bloom, okay? But once we give ourselves the space and the time to do the deep inner work, that's when we'll know what next. Does that make sense? Any questions? Okay, good. Let's kiss and make up. Thank you. Love, 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 love to you too. All right, I'll be answering questions for another few minutes. I'm going to have to make food for my semillita, my little sunseed, soon. Yes, yes, yes. Farm to Prison. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Cal. There is no album of my voice, but Creator's been telling me to sing more. So remind me. Oops. Everybody says stop. Yeah, now, go. Thank you for participating, guys. I really appreciate you. Tito says cut it. I cut that shit, y'all. Shit's fucked, says Ari. Hi. Hi, prima. I love you too. Diana says never apologize for who you are. I love you just the way you are. Thank you. I love you too, mana. Yes, that music you sing touches my soul deeply. Sometimes I feel it so much in my heart. It makes me emotional. Oh, thank you. The songs I've learned over the course of my lifetime in ceremony. So they're songs that came through Creator, through another person, and I get to offer them. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you for saying that. Hi, Shonen, I love you. What's before High Priestess? It was Temperance. So we got Temperance, High Priestess, the 3 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. And I'll write that when I post this. Hi, Prima Reina. I miss you. I love you. Oh, look at y'all laughing at me. That's because I'm funny. My face is funny. I fucking love you too, Prima. The shadow self. Dancing monkey demons. That's what somebody said. Ha ha ha. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Emilia Cruz. Keep shining, beautiful friend, sister. I love all this online community stuff. It's better than no community at all in a pandemic. Right, right. This resonated so deeply for me. Thank you for helping me bring clarity to my recent inner work. Oh, Mateo, good job. Okay, and I got a kissy face. Let's see. Do we have anything on the Book of Face? What was that song you sang? I don't know what it's called, but it's a Colombian medicine circle song. People said stop. People said stop. Hey everyone, you're welcome. Hi Liz. Hi family. Sending you all love. Okay, Miss Buchanan says, do you feel that it's necessary to name what we're going to and feeling, or should we just feel it and let it pass? That's a good question. The voice is powerful. The voice is powerful. The voice is spells. The voice is vibrational. Part of what colonialism did was take away our songs, right? Take away our ability to move our own bodies on a cellular level. So speak it. Speak what you need. That's why when I come on here, I speak intentions out loud and they come through. I'm not like thinking, right? That's what channeling is. It's you just like letting it. And specifically speaking the intentions. You can think about it too. Like, I want this. I saw the Florida witch recently posted a thing. And she said in the morning when you wake up, because it's spiritual warfare going on, not to be all crazy about it, but declare like, this is who I am and this is why I've come. I work the light, I work the healing path. I am here to work the healing path, and I push out anything not on my highest path. Boom. Part of our medicine is reclaiming our voice, specifically for disenfranchised peoples. Okay, so fuck yeah, speak it, say it loud and proud, and mean it. And I also highly encourage all of you to call your names. Your chosen name is the name that feels most close to you, not the name that somebody made you take that you've always hated. Choose a name, call your name, call your name, call your name, call yourself back. That's something that we do when we're dealing with someone with susto, with shock. For soul retrievals, call your name, call your name, call your name. Okay. Hello, Daniela. Maya Ma's medical procedure went well. Blessing to the feminine divine and all the birthers. Oh, Mateo, I'm so glad, sister. Good. Thank you for the update. Okay, so furthermore specific, no. Just something coming up for me. A reminder to be very gentle with yourselves and each other. And a reminder that it is easy to be divisive as fuck right now. And the establishment wants us to be divisive as fuck right now. They want to divide us on our politics. They want to divide us on our social media accounts. They want to divide us on our skin color. They want to divide us in all the ways. And it's necessary for us to remember what values we are holding up and how we are enacting those values in everyday life. Who are you supporting? How are you supporting them? What are you speaking? How are you speaking it? What are you giving your attention to? Are you giving your attention to the divisive entities? Are you spending a lot of time with Trump and politics you don't agree with? Or are you creating things that you do agree with? Okay, I just want to also end with some really exciting, hi Garden Queen, sending love to you and your familia. Some cool shit that I heard about, because I don't watch the news on purpose because I feel a lot and I get really angry and I start crying and then I'm no good. I mean, it's good to, you just have to balance it. What do you want to know? How do you want to know it? And what are you going to do about it? But my partner keeps me updated on things because he's a much better at detaching than I am. I rode past your casa this morning, wishing you abundance, love, and gratitude. I've been thinking about you, Laura, sending you love. But my partner's told me that in Portland, there's a lot of fuck shit going on in Portland, right? And it started in New York too, where their unmarked vehicles are coming and taking protesters, and it's like looking like fascism, and that's really fucking scary. But there's also some really hopeful shit, like the wall of dads and the wall of moms. So apparently in Portland at the protest, there are dads, they're called the Wall of Dads, that are lining up with lawn blowers. And when the police are throwing tear gas and stuff, the wall of dads comes with lawn blowers and blows the tear smoke back at them. And they're doing a bunch of other really cool shit too. There's hockey players, like skate hockey players, who are coming and like punting the tear gas back at the cops. There is the wall of moms, who is like a bunch of healers with herbal salves and stuff and going and healing people. So like, this speaks to the power of organization. Okay. And this also goes with the card that came up, the Temperance card, right? We need to realize that we are less powerful when we're just running with anger and running with pain. And that pain is in anger is righteous as fuck. But how we wield it is going to determine the battles, which are going to determine the war. Okay, so I encourage you all, not on social media, to connect with people who are honoring your similar values, and also trust your gut feelings as well, because my mom was in the civil rights movement and was present in COINTELPRO, and the fucking government sends a bunch of people into your comunidad to like break you up. All right, so you have to be wary of people, but at the same time, that's also a place of the priestess, of the high priestess, of your inner self, and alchemizing yourself so you know how and when to trust, if that makes sense. So I just want y'all to understand that we are fucking powerful. And the more we connect to each other in an outside realm and not on social media, and the more we're able to do that, and also, make sure you feel safe and honor what precautions you need to feel safe. If that's wearing a mask, if that's being outside, if that's bringing smudge with you, make sure you feel safe, but connect in a way that is empowering you and your community, because we need to be supporting one another. All right. And our value systems are going to depend on how we show up in the world. And we need to hold space for being non-judgmental and being discerning. Okay. Because even people who look just like you might not have the same value system. Does that make sense? Hi, hermana Nene. I'm going to call you soon. Yay, I'm glad I bring hope. Be careful of infiltrators. They exist. They do want to divide us. We have to unite. So what does that look like? That looks like talking to each other. Okay? And it's easy to be divisive, especially on the social medias. Oh, well, I didn't see what you posted. It didn't speak to me. So fuck you. And if that's the way you want to go, that's fine. I just encourage us all to honor the nuance, because it's so easy to be black and white, and that's what's got us in this fucking mess, right? Right, colonizers? We are all colonized. We are all colonizers. We are all decolonizing actively. And the Two of Cups is about feeding each other. So once again, it's really easy to destroy one another with our words, with our actions, with our bullets. How are we honoring ourselves and one another? And how are we choosing our actions in order to honor ourselves and one another? That's the soapbox for the day, mofos. Let's see. The Cobra ring. I got it from a WOC owned establishment. Check them out, Alchemy Ritual Goods. You can find them right here on the social media. The social media. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for the reminder to be kind to myself this week of great change. Dakota is headed. Oh my God, prima. My prima's baby is headed to college. Holy shit. When did we get old? It happens. Good. Good. I'm glad. I'm here right on time. We're right on time, y'all. Okay. Many blessings. Bye. Let me turn this off. Gotta press finish, 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 finish.